Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Lady Mina with this week's event video. This week we have a $100 suit. We have a 7-day gift. We have the pets event with a rare suit, and we have a lot of interesting mythological things going on. We've also got a brand new pool and the associated pool makeup that drops with that. So let's take a look at this suit. This is Golden Birds. She is $100. She does have a pose, and I spent about 2 hours trying to figure out who she is earlier today. I mostly failed. Thank you, Teal Breeze from server 39. Can't believe we're on server 39 already. For helping me try to figure out who this is. We have a lot of elements here that give us guesses as to which mythological character this is meant to be. She has in her hands and in her background piece some clues. So her background piece, if we take a closer look at it, is half an orb with the world and the sun sitting above it. In her hands, she holds the same orb. The event suit this week is actually Pan-Gyu, who is a mythological figure, who is the father of Nuwa and Fushi, who I believe this suit represents. However, Nuwa and Fushi are usually represented as snakes, snake people, and this suit is called Golden Birds, and she does not have a snake tail. So we also wondered if maybe this was one of the three-legged crows of the sun. Truly could not figure out who this is supposed to be. The description would normally help us, but the description talks about a holy garden that could be Fushi's holy garden. He is supposed to have something like that. The pool is called Dream of Red. What is the pool called, actually? I'm gonna double check this one. The pool is called Red Mansion, but there is a garden within Red Mansion. We'll go over Red Mansion when we go over that event. There's a lot of Chinese mythology, Chinese history in this week's event, and trying to figure it out and trying to represent it has been a bit of a struggle this week because I can't figure out who this is meant to be. Best guess is Nuwa or perhaps Fushi, but Fushi is a male, so I'm not 100% sure. Forgive me for my pronunciations if I have done anything wrong. As usual, I'm a Westerner. So let's go ahead and read her poetry, and her tagline says, "Up to the peak to make imagination a reality. But the glory of the garden lies in more than meets the eye. To the voice of your conscience your ear shall attend. The glory of the garden, it abideth not in words. The seeds of his kingdom are in your hearts sown. For the glory of the garden occupieth all who come. Of borders, beds, and shrubberies, and lawns and avenues. For the glory of the garden glorifieth everyone. Beyond the twilight and the night into love's kingdom of long light." I originally interpreted this as a Garden of Eden type of deal, but it might refer to Fushi. He is a creator god who, him and Nuwa both have tales of creating humans from hunks of clay, and he is also associated with a garden, so if he created humanity out of chunks of clay with seeds in the hearts, I don't know. This is a really confusing suit. As far as I can tell, she is a Chinese mythological figure. If any of you can figure it out, please let me know in the comments or on the Discord. I'm so curious. I love mythology. I love learning. There's nothing better in this world than continuing to learn always. I will have sources for everything that I found. It's just going to be the Wikipedia page for right now. Posted in the description, so you can click through that if you want to. Her tags are Perfume at 16k, Gorgeous at 8k, Palace at 6K, quiet, innocent, and elegant at 3K, and sharp-eyed viewers will notice that we have a quote-unquote new tag here. Perfume has been renamed. That was Sachet tag, so now it is Perfume tag. We will be updating the perfume tags. We will be updating the tags Excel sheet that will also be posted in the description, as always, and it is available on the Discord in the game tips tag. Oh, thank you also to Curry for helping me out. She's now a mod on the Discord as well as a good friend of mine for this, and best bet is Nuwa. Now let's take a look at her pose. She has a pose and a unposed version. As far as the posed suits go, she is a little unimpressive. Her legs are interesting. I like the curve of it and all of that, and her hands are also incredible, but we've had more intricate posed suits, and for $100 I have seen some opinions that I don't disagree with about how this suit isn't really worth that much money. I try to find something good about every suit, and I try not to say anything bad about any suit in any of my videos, but this one's a little unimpressive for the price tag. If she were $50, I would probably get her for a posed $50 suit, but she's $100, so I will have to skip her. Let's go into the next VIP item that we have. We have another 7-day gift. We talk about the 7-day gifts all the time because they pop up all the time. They are $4.99 and they are one of the best deals in the game. Now, my husband there does look wonderful in his color, though he does blend in a little bit. I tend to buy 7-day gifts if I like the chat box. If I don't like the chat box, I just skip it, but it is worth the money if you do buy it, because the chat box and avatar item are worth $1,100. The 4 tickets are worth, I'm sorry, not $1,100, 1,100 gold. The 4 tickets are worth 720 gold. The 2 Lotus are 900 gold, and then you also receive 300 gold straight out. Gold is a precious currency. Surprise. Some of the item translations are a little funny. So that is the 7-day gift. We don't need to focus too much on that. Let's go ahead and head into Red Mansion, but while we're here, let's mention Rainbow Garment. She is still available. If you haven't purchased her already, she will be available to help you get to $100 if you are going for golden birds. If you are not going for golden birds and saving up, then that doesn't matter, or if you already purchased her. But Rainbow Garment will be available for 2 more weeks. I will more than likely purchase her next week, as I am not a huge fan of this week's VIP suit. Let's move into Red Mansion and the makeup associated with Red Mansion now. Let me pull up the wiki for this now, and I will have some photos up on the video as well as we go in to discuss this, and forgive me if my pronunciation of this is not perfect, but Dream of the Red Chamber, or The Story of the Stone, is a Chinese novel composed by Cuo Shui-chin. It is one of the 4 great classical novels of Chinese literature. It's known for its psychological scope and overview of an observation of worldview, aesthetics, lifestyles, and social relations of 18th century China. It has 120 chapters, 40 main characters, and 400 side characters. It's an incredibly long work, but it's supposed to be one of the best and most interesting books, more or less, ever written. So at some point I would like to read it, but this pool is based on this book, and I know that for a fact because the suit that just flipped past proves it. So let's take a look at this pool in the collections tab. If we come over to Red Mansion, the very first suit is called Carved Jade, and her tagline says, "What a dumb and insensate stone." as I scroll down to the plot summary. In the novel's frame story, a sentient stone left over from when the goddess Nuwa mended heavens eons ago wants to enjoy the pleasures of the real world. The stone begs a Taoist priest and a Buddhist monk to take it with them to see the world. So this is our main character, or one of the first of many main characters. The stone is called Bao Yu. I hope I pronounced that decently, but it means precious jade, so this has been translated to carved jade, but this is our main character. So that tells me that everything else is meant to be characters from Dream of the Red Chamber. Another clue to the identity of this pool is these photographs by Fei Danshu from the 19th century, 1801 to 1850, that depict scenes from the novel. I'll have photos up of them, but as we continue through this pool and we look at the suits, you'll notice that the background garden pieces very much resemble these historical paintings from scenes of this novel. This pool has some of the best background pieces that I have ever seen from this game. This one in particular strikes my fancy. So Peony Slumber has also this very interesting rock formation, as well as peonies in her background. And here is Phoenix Cry. She does not have an outdoor garden background piece. Instead, she has a red window, lanterns, and a red chair, but is a beautiful piece. I think she has tea, maybe? No, this is incense. Okay. What was that line? Overnight she stayed awake, hearing the wind wailing with grief. Okay, so maybe she represents a sadder scene in the book. Evidently there are quite a few deaths associated with this story. This is Flower Funeral, so this must be a pivotal scene in the tale. I don't know the tale. I will have to read it, but her background piece is easily one of the best, especially because this pool will return for free. So this is a free item that you'll be able to collect in a few months. It should come back sometime in the spring. We're a little bit behind on suits, but we do have the Flash Pool release dates and then the permanent return dates located in the tags Excel sheet. So for example, the Fairy Tales pool dropped on September 26th, and then it returned in January. So October, November, December, so about 5 months before a pool returns for to be permanent. So expect Red Mansion to return, because we're behind 3 pools too, so that's the issue. Timeline of when that one will return, according to this, only God knows. Hopefully it'll return sometime this year, maybe in the spring or summer. So she'll be back. Don't worry too much about it, but she does have an absolutely stunning background piece, and that makeup is a delight. Let's take a look at that makeup. She is crying, and unfortunately that beauty mark is going to be the final piece of her makeup. So in order to collect that, you'll have to complete all of the levels of the makeup event, and we'll go over that in just a moment and how you do that. But this is her makeup. She has a crying eye makeup. I don't know if that's... Yep, that is her eyeliner actually. So you will be able to have the Teary Eyes eyeliner pop up without getting to the very end. The eyeliner pops up pretty quickly, and then Deep Sob, unfortunately, is a facial accessory. That is the last piece I want. I don't care so much about the rest of this makeup, but I really wanted that little eye mole. I have a mole on my own face. It's not by the eye, but I wanted that one, and unfortunately I more than likely will not get it. Eventually these makeups should come back permanently, but we don't know when that will be. Let's take a quick look at Fantasyland Tour. This is the makeup event format. If you've been playing the game for a while, then you already know how to do this. But you see here there is a road map across the bottom of the screen, and you can see that you need to collect 12 flowers for the eyebrows and 72 for the pupil. Generally speaking, at this point in the game, I have so many upgraded clothes that I get to the pupil, or at the very least the eye shape, each time I complete one of these events. If I do very well in the pulls, because you do need parts of the Red Mansion pool to complete Fantasyland Tour. If I get very lucky, I could get all the way up to the eyeshadow, but I have never completed one of these makeups because I have never completed one of these pools. There is a review option so you can read the story associated with these. Oh, the story might actually be more Red Mansion stuff. Yep, the story you read lately was in your mind. Okay, so yeah, so this is more Red Mansion stuff. You can read it on your own time. I don't want to spend too long going over that. But we go into Carved Jade, and the first one we will get 3 stars on, just because it is the very first one, and the bar is lowered for the very first chapter of each of these chapters, so that you do get some makeup out of it, even if you don't have good pulls in the pool and you don't complete the pool. This game is very kind to free-to-play players in that regard. So we get the 3 flowers and also a silk thread, and then we could move on and complete the rest of them, getting less and less stars because I don't have the rest of that suit. So that is the new pool and the makeup associated with the pool. It's a very pretty makeup, and I am looking forward to having these crying eyes. I'll get that far at least, even if I don't get that many pulls in the pool. As far as the pool and your pulls go, you will have 10 for 300 gold as always, and then in your tasks you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. As always, a total of 24 quote-unquote free pulls. You get 14 real free pulls from the task list, and then you can purchase 10 more for 3,000 gold. So total of 24 pulls in this pool should get you at least a few items. With some luck. I have seen people doing some fantastic pulls from this pool on the Discord already, getting very lucky with some of the pieces. Somebody has already actually managed in their first 10 pulls to get this background piece. So that is wonderful, but don't stress too much about Red Mansion. It'll be back eventually. Okay. The final event is the Pet Lover event. So we've had this one a number of times. It's quite fun. I like it. It's fun. It's easy. This suit is quite cheap. She will be for about, she'll drop between about 3.5 to 4K. It's hard to tell what her final cost is going to be because she is a updating task list, but I have already managed to shave off 1,000 gold just from the tasks that I have completed. The entire suit costs about 6,000 gold if you completed none of the tasks. Since that's impossible, her final cost should be just about 3.5K if we go by the average suit cost of a rare suit. If we go into her exchange, it's just the suit this week. We didn't get another background or anything like that, although I wish we did. These are her pieces. This dragon is incredible, and I want more things in this heavily cartoon style. I love him. He's just stunning. Let's go ahead and take a look at this suit. Now, this suit is based on Pan Gu, so let me pull up the Encyclopedia Britannica page for him because I didn't know anything about him before. It says Pan Gu, central figure in Chinese Taoist legends of creation. Pan Gu is the first man. He's said to have come forth from chaos, an egg, with 2 horns, 2 tusks, and a hairy body. Some accounts credit him with the separation of heaven and earth, setting the sun, moon, stars, and planets in place and dividing the 4 seas. Other myths seem to credit that to Nuwa, so it just sort of depends. All of this is ancient history. He shaped the earth by chiseling out valleys and stacking up mountains. All of this was accomplished from Pan Gu's knowledge of yin and yang, the inescapable principles of duality in all things. So that is this character. So I know that this is Pan Gu because I went and I googled the very first line of her poem where it says Pan Gu cleaved the chaotic world, separating heaven and earth. So pretty obvious who this one is meant to represent. So we have a very mythological themed week, mythology and also history. So Fascinating. Oh, I just noticed the red dot on the very top of her forehead. I think that's attached to this hair accessory. Yes, it is. You can see it there. That looks really distinctive and really interesting. This color scheme is, I love this suit a lot. Some of the rare suits are just stunning, even more so than some of the unique suits, I think. And I do love that they alternate who is dropping each week. It's not all uniques, it's not all rares, it's always a little bit of both. Um, let's take a look at her tags. She is ethnic at 5k, handsome at 2k, ghost at 1600, and then wild, mysterious, and elegant at 700. Rare suits, they're not strong. Okay, so let's go ahead and read her poem. Her tagline says, "Who will travel with me to return to where everything begins?" Pan-Gyu cleaved the chaotic world, separating heaven from earth. Clouds and mist rise higher into the sky, forming various strange shapes. Wisdom forms in silence, while order generates out of chaos. Divine troops, hearing the calling, mount their horses and set off. Deafening drums thunder in the air, the sound piercing through the valley. Under the mountain, the sleeping dragon slowly opens its eyes. Love this jade dragon. He's super, super cool. So how do we play this event? So we have here a button called auto feed, but you can't access that until you have fed 100 points. The way this event works is a lot of fun. You have to go home and you may have some pets in your home. I'm lagging something fierce and I have no pets in my home. All that means is that my friends have come through already and fed all of them. If you open up the visit tab, you can see there's little icons next to the names of all your friends. Eve and Auline only have dogs, while Shin has both dogs and cats, so we're gonna visit them. So you can see her house is filled with dogs currently, and there is a set of cats in here somewhere. I just gotta find them. They like to spawn all over the place. No, for real, where are the cats? That's dogs. That's dogs. That's more dogs. This is another set of dogs. There's dogs on the roof. There's a dog by the garden, but that's a different creature. It said she had cats, right? Have I... Yeah, she's supposed to have cats. Where are the cats? I've probably gone past them. Let's feed all the dogs and see if the cats pop up. So the way you do this is you just tap and then it says, do you want to consume dog food to drive away the timid monster? The timid monster bit is a reference to the original form of this event where the house is full of little monsters and you have to set off fireworks to scare them off. So that's just a bit of a translation error. They're just a holdover from the other versions of this event. So when you feed dogs, you get 10 event currency, and if I find the cats, we will be able to feed them, and they are worth 50 event currency. These are all dogs. Where's the cats? Let me see. If I pull up visit, now the dog icon is gone, and so there's only the cat icon. But where are the cats? I'm gonna have to give up on this one and go see if somebody else has cats and see if I can find them in there. It's the exact same thing, but you do get more currency for feeding the cats, and the cats don't. See, here's the cats, right here. I wish they made these icons a little bit bigger. I mean, I get that they're like cat-sized, but come on. So, would you like to consume cat food? No more. And then, trying to hit no more. And then the cats can be fed forever, and they give you 50 food every single time. They will never disappear, but the dogs will after one feeding. So let's just go ahead and feed through everybody. Other versions of this event also used to drop extra items for every time you fed them. Like, it wouldn't just be event currency, you would also have like a chance to get like a recruit paper or a refresh rid or something like that. They seem to have gotten rid of that. I don't know if it made the game buggy or what, but I do wish they brought it back. It was a lot of fun getting extra items. I have like 20 of these. It's gonna take forever. So we'll just leave because I'm definitely up to 100. And then the other option once you hit 100 is to go into auto feed and then hit begin, and then insufficient items. So I'm out of food, but that means that Yanair will go out and feed all of those animals for you. So let's see if I can afford that dragon because I want him. I did buy a whole bunch of event currency earlier, and I might even, well, I'm out of gold, but so now I have the dragon. Let's take a look at him because he's just so cool. Can't see him from behind my absolutely massive tails that I got from the one pool, Fairy Tales pool that is back as a permanent pool. I'm slowly making my way through it. I'm almost halfway through, and I've done about... I did 40 pulls when it originally came out, and I've done another 30 now, so I've done 70 pulls, and I'm halfway through the pool. So that's a pretty good drop rate, all things considered. Let's double check the announcements to make sure that I didn't miss anything, but that should be everything from this week's event. Red Mansion, Fantasyland Tour, Golden Bird, 7-day gift, Pet Lover. Oh yes, fashion contest. I'll have the fashion contest video up this week. I'll also have the merger video up. I know I keep saying that. I'm actually going to spend the entirety of the today and tomorrow editing videos, so I will have those up. Fashion contests, easy enough. No worries about it. It's a lot of fun, even if you don't manage to get into the next section, because it is like a multi-stage event. Even if you don't get into the next section, have fun anyway. It drops on Mondays, but not this Monday, because they want to give you a week's warning, right? So what they'll do is they'll tell you this week and it'll drop next week. So expect fashion contest to drop next week. On Monday morning, and it lasts from Monday to Friday, so that's a really fun little event. And that should be that for this week. I will catch you all in the next one. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Bye bye.